And over. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson. We're ready to start year 2 together in the booth. Off we go from Northwest Stadium. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the outskirts of the nation's capital. It's Northwest Stadium in Landover, the home of the Commanders. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson. We're ready to start year 2 together in the booth. Off we go from Landover. Now, here comes a return from the 9. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Throwing right away is Dart. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver. It's second down.
His offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. They can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes. It's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
To the air on second down. Dart. Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Out of the shotgun. It's Dart. Flush to his right. He'll get rid of it and complete it. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. From just across the midfield stripe, here's second down and 7. A run with the man out of Purdue. That's Tyrone Tracy. And they'll take this down inside for 35. A gain of 17 yards. That's good for a Giants first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass, and they can continue to generate these big explosive runs. I don't think they need to go away from it.
First and 10. Out of the gun, here comes Dart. He'll get that to the former volunteer, Jalen Hyatt. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down.
On the double. Viking 18.
Here we go. 19 Tiger.
Here's a designed run. And he's in! Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, Giants.
It is certainly an ideal way to start a season, Mike. You get the ball first, you come out, you look sharp, you're in and out of the huddle, you're super efficient. Not only do you take the ball all the way down the field, but you come away with 6. And I know they sure hope that this is a sign of things to come, not only for this offense today, but as the rest of this season unfolds.
Commanders nothing.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This fielded at about the 9. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a first and 10. Daniels starts with a pass. That's caught downfield by Hunter. It'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
That's good for a
Panther 11.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now Daniels throwing on first and 10. Right back to Hunter. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line. They are cooking to begin this drive. This play going for 30 yards. So not quite first and goal. It's first and 10. They're pretty close. And he'll take this down to about the 7.
He's tackled at the 7-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up
60
second and 7.
Gonna go right back to Henry. And he will score! Derrick Henry scoring plays are reviewed. So replay is going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. So take away the touchdown. The officials rule, in fact, he did not get the football across the plane to the goal line. Henry tries to pull his way in. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Derrick Henry, touchdown Commander. Moody's extra point is good. And the Commanders come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. It's a return. Here comes Calvin Austin. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Let's go.
To throw, it's Dart on 1st and 10. He'll look deep here for Neighbors. That is hard. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal. So a big one there to start the drive. A gain of 66 yards. So after the big play to start, now we have 1st and goal. And nothing developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Ball right on the 5-yard line, 2nd down and goal. That is caught out wide on the RPO. And he's into the end zone. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, New York. For Jackson Dart, milestone moment, his first NFL career touchdown pass. No problem there on the extra point, and the Giants will move out to a 14-7 lead. Here's Stout after the touchdown to send this one away. The return starts from the 5. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
Ready, set. 70, Timberwolf.
They'll start out on the ground with Henry. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Back at the 39-yard line.
Alert, alert, alert.
They'll go again here with Henry. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
So you find yourself in 2nd and long. What you're thinking here as the play caller is just get this into a manageable 3rd down situation. But after that rush attempt and that big gain, they now find themselves in 3rd and short, which makes it nice. They can run or pass.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
He'll try and run for this with Henry. He's down right at the 40, but that is good enough to move the chains. 1st down. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. Down the field, he's got his tight end Okonkwo. And he will get into the end zone. Kick Okonkwo. Touchdown, Washington. For Daniels, last year's Offensive Rookie of the Year. First touchdown pass of his sophomore season. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. fields it at the 8. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line.
Their own 31-yard line.
Here's Dart on 1st and 10. That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. They get 11 and quickly pick up the 1st down.
And the Giants first down. A gain of 11 on the play. And the Giants first down.
Neighbors in motion. On 1st and 10, here is Dart. That is caught downfield. It's Johnson, the tight end. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal. So, 1st quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Knotted at 14 on the scoreboard. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. So the big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and goal now from just inside the 10-yard line. Here's a run. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Push back to the 11-yard line for 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, it's Dart. That's to the end zone, but just too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
3rd and goal.
Let's go now.
They'll try to throw it, and here's Dart. He pulls it in around the 5. And a big collision there. Down near the goal line. Keeps him out of the end zone.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field.
And this is caught. Wow, the decision to go pays off. Jalen Hyatt, touchdown, New York.
Great job here on 4th and goal. The most difficult play to defend, Mike, is scramble pass in the red zone. There's teams out there that...
And before the try, remember, it is a touchdown. All scoring plays are reviewed, so replay will confirm this one before we do anything else. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. The extra point is up and through. The Giants have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. Here's Stout after the touchdown to send this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniel. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into to the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
Hold it ready.
Second and 10.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70, 65, 79 Broncos. Top 60.
Operating from the gun. It's getting, oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Kayvon Thibodeau taking him down for the first sack of this new campaign.
Well, as they face this possible 3-and-out following that second down sack, now if you're the quarterback, you've got to be thinking, get the ball out of my hand, find a matchup I like downfield and try to push this ball past the sticks and keep this drive alive.
Bronco 80.
Third and long, and here's Daniels. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 28 as they convert on third down.
At the 43-yard line.
Here's first and 10.
Cougar 90. Panther 11. Panther 11.
To throw is Daniels. Throw here down the field. Will fall incomplete.
Quarterback's lucky on that one, Mike, that ball ended up just harmlessly falling to the ground. It was that initial pressure that got to him that forced the errant throw. And fortunately for this offense, that ball didn't end up going the other way.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Ready, check.
And 6.
Panther 60. Panther 60. Go. Ready, ready.
They'll work straight ahead with Henry. Pick up of 11 yards on that one. First down, Washington.
And the Commanders first down.
On the ground, here's Henry. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Brian Burns comes off the edge to make the play.
Yard line. A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
On the go.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second and 8.
Let's go now. 70 Lions. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Warriors 70. 18 Pioneer.
Now Daniels. That's to Hunter. He's got it right side. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
That's a gain of 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
They've converted twice on third down on this drive. Now facing third and 3. On the give, here's Henry.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this fourth down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on fourth down. They'll indeed go. It's Daniels. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked by the rookie out of Ohio State. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Giants. So they make the decision on fourth down to try to go for it. Instead, it goes back the other way for a pick 6.
Yeah, and anytime you go for it on fourth down, you're saying, hey, we don't mind rolling the dice and taking some chances. In this case, it backfires. The defense is able to capitalize, and they take it all the way back the other way.
after the touchdown to send this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. On first down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And he shows off those strong legs running through one tackle. Give him a gain of 8.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
The RPO, this one to McLaurin. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
A gain of a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
A big play there for Washington. 31 yards.
10 at the 32-yard line.
So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Here we go. Set, hurt. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Set, hurt. 60 Bobcats, just go.
On the handoff, it's Henry. Whoa. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Call it a gain of 13. Good for a Commander's first down.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap. Because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Hawk 70, 18.
Daniels to throw on second down. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And on third down, that ball incomplete. Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Come on. Set. 60. Panther 11. Ready.
They'll go. Here's Daniels. Got his man at the 6. And they're going to pick it up here. They took a chance and it paid off. First and goal coming up.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. Here now, second down and goal.
70, 19.
Daniels now going to look to throw. Good blocking, and he's pinned. Jaden Daniels. Touchdown, Commander. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
And that's a bit of a gamble, but I really like the aggressive play call. Understanding here before the half, We don't want 3. We're trying to come away with 6, and he foregoes the field goal try. They take a shot in the end zone, and they come away with a touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field.
At their own 22-yard line.
Let's go.
A give right up the middle to Henry. And boy, tough to bring down there. Fighting forward for a gain of 7.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of those shortcomings.
A big hole. And he will take this one in. 70 yards. Touchdown, Washington. On is Moody to add the extra point. He gets it to go. And the Commanders have come back to level things. It's 28 all. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. Here comes a return from the 5. A good return as he takes it across the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
19, Tiger, 19.
They'll go to the ground, and here's Tracy on first down. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up second and 7.
Out of shotgun. It's Dart. This one grabbed by Austin. Down the sideline. And he'll be taken down at the 10-yard line. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 56 yards. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
First down.
Out of a gun, here comes Dart. This one taken in by Hyatt. And he's into the end zone. What a response. Jalen Hyatt. Touchdown, New York. That his second touchdown now here in the season opener.
His kick is good.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there. Ball's delivered accurately.
Now a hit, and he lost the football. Special teams comes through again. We don't talk about it nearly enough, but sometimes the biggest plays of the game happen like that one. The kickoff return, fumble, recovered, and momentum swings again.
Everybody loves to see a big return, Mike, but the priority of any kick return unit, just give your offense a chance to possess the ball. And in this case, they don't do that. They turn the ball over, and now they find themselves back out there on defense.
On the handoff, here comes Tracy. And a missed tackle there. He pushes forward, and we'll give him 4 yards.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
It is second and 6.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Bravo 80.
They'll motion their tight end Johnson. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards, stay on track, because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL. When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even a debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run. There's no holes for the back to find. And all these zero or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
At their own 35-yard line.
Got it. Ready?
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Panthers down. Go.
Here's Daniel. Forced out left. He runs with it. And he'll be forced out of bounds just a couple of yards short of the first down. That's a pickup of 8. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard.
2nd and 1.
18 Cardinal. 18. 60 Bearcats. Dragon 60. Let's go.
Throwing now, Daniel. That's caught. Derrick Henry. And he'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
And a Washington
18 79 Broncos. Ready?
Throwing is Daniel. He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 35 yards.
The 16-yard line.
Ready?
On 1st and 10, here's Daniel. To the goal line and in. Travis Hunter. Touchdown, Washington. For Hunter, the Heisman Trophy winner, it's his first NFL touchdown. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Austin now to return this. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
To throw, it's Dart on 1st and 10. That'll be intercepted. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
To the end zone, it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to have it here as they'll start from their own 7.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
To the air on second down. Dart. Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Third and short. Here's Dart. Now a shot here, deep middle. He gets free. And he's going to take this one all the way. 87 yards. Touchdown, New York. Not going for 2. They'll kick the point after. His kick is good. And the Giants will extend this third quarter lead. Here's Stout after the touchdown to send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
At their own 25-yard line.
Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. Here's the give to Henry running right. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? You see it here.
And for a third time today, he's intercepted. And the Giants will have great field position right around midfield.
Mike, doesn't it just seem like year in and year out, especially on the defensive side of the ball, there's these late round players that kind of burst onto the scene out of nowhere, and there's a reason this guy fell in the draft, but I'll tell you what, he has shown a ton of growth so far this year, and he continues to make his presence felt in the back end of this defense.
They're going to work this down inside the 45. He'll get 10 there on the keeper, and that's going to be good for a first down.
First down, New York.
A carry here for Tracy. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Ready? 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Bravo, 19 Lion. 70 Lion.
Dart. Rolling right. And that'll be incomplete on what turns out to be the final play of this third quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before third down. Now Dart. He finds Austin with the grab. And he will get into the end zone. Calvin Austin afternoon. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Point after try forthcoming. The kick is good. And the Giants will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Here's Stout after the touchdown to send this one away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. Oh, and he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here we go. Ready.
On first down, Daniels. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
This one downfield for Okonkwo. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 42 yards.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
19 tight. 19. Ready.
To throw is Daniels on first and 10. And for the fourth time today, he has been intercepted. And the Giants are going to have it just past their 25.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back-end coverage work together. Man, that was big-time ball.
Here we go. 72.
On first and 10, here is Dart. Quick throw, taken in. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. His fifth catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
On the give, it's Tracy. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, Giants.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be second down.
Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it, you start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
On second down, Dart. That is caught downfield. It's Johnson, the tight end. They Giants first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. All they're trying to do is just clear some space for the tight end and then let him go to work in the middle of the field. Now they're set up nicely inside the red zone.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now it's Tracy looking to run. And he'll be out of bounds. That's a nice gain, though, on 1st down. A pickup of 7.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now, it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And he's in! Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, Giants. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Point after, coming up here. It's up and good. And the Giants tack on one more to their lead.
Commanders 35.
Here's Stout after the touchdown to send this one away. This taken at the 5. He's to midfield. Still on the move. Good work by the coverage team on the ensuing kickoff. They slowed up the return man, and they stop him shy of the 20.
All right, so if you're going to be a kick returner in the National Football League, you need these 2 things. Balance, vision, and yes, speed doesn't hurt too much either. And all 3 of those were evident there. I mean, what a return that was to set his guys up starting this drive inside the red zone.
Daniels now on 1st down. That is hauled in at the 5. He'll be taken down, but just like that, they are in business. It's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
This one caught at the 4. And he's into the end zone yet again. Tig Okonkwo. Touchdown, Commanders. What a start to the season. It's a 3-touchdown week number 1. So now Daniels and the Commanders offense going to go for 2.
The Commanders will line up
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. That is caught. And they get the 2-point conversion.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on 2-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
He fields it at the 8. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's Dart on 1st and 10. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Dart can throw it on 2nd down. That's caught over the middle by Johnson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back. All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, off the game.
He's going to be taken down at about the 30. Give him 14 on that one. 1st down, Giants.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
On the ground, here's Tracy. Good blocking to the 15. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up first down and goal.
First and goal.
Here's a chance to put this game away. First down and goal. They'll run with Tracy. And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's second down.
So these situations, Mike, are always very tricky for a play caller. Of course you want to keep the clock moving. You're just trying to run the game out and maintain this lead, but you also don't want to become overly predictable. So with the defense just selling out to stop the run, I think they have to mix in a few high completion percentage passes to just at least keep them off balance.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line. Second down and goal. They'll go with him again. And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yards, but it didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be third down.
No gain on the play. Brings up third and goal.
They'll drop to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he will score again. Calvin Austin. Touchdown, New York. He has come alive after the break. His third touchdown of the second half. So add another touchdown and touchdown pass for that matter. He has thrown 6 already in this one. Amazing stuff. The extra point is good. The Giants are able to extend the lead. Here's Stout after the touchdown to send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40.
Here we go. Stop.
Now Daniels throwing on first and 10. That's caught downfield by Hunter. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
And the Washington first down.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. He'll swing this out wide to Henry. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. They'll come up here first and 10.
That's another Washington.
From the shotgun, it's Daniel. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. Do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. Daniel's going to do it himself. And he gets in the end zone for a 2-point conversion. Come back here. Within a couple of scores now, it's a 15-point game. This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away. And he'll be taken down. We'll see if they want to use that final timeout or not, but things are pretty much spoken for. They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So a road win here for the Giants. They move to 1-0 as they earn this victory in the division, no less, here in Week 1. So that'll do it for us, for Greg Olson, and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.